Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So this video is going to be more of a rambly, chatty video since I don't have a script ready, but I have had a bunch of thoughts circling my brain lately, especially while I was making this guy. And I thought it'd be nice to share with you guys. So in this video, I'm going to share a lot of my insecurities, honestly, being an artist. And one of them being I've been stealing, technically. Stealing like an artist, if you've heard that quote before. Yeah, the base of this sculpture was actually made by me copying this sculpture from Eros Colocontes. And yeah, it wasn't an original idea. I kind of still tried to work on top of it to make it my own. But it started to make me think about why I feel a little guilty stealing, and I think it's because I have a weird insecurity that I don't have my own distinct style. I know a lot of artists have that issue, wanting to have a style. Honestly, I feel like the pressure that we have to put on ourselves to have a style and to stand out comes from like social media, and that makes me sound super boomer, but I feel like even if you don't mean to, every artist compares themselves to someone, you know, and comparison is necessary, especially if you want to improve, right? You want to compare your work to artists you admire. You want to get to their caliber. But sometimes when you're trying to get noticed and there's such a saturation of art everywhere, it's difficult to not compare yourself to such an extent where you start to build your own insecurities. And at least for me, it's not just not having a style, it's not really having cohesion in my work. My work is so jumbled, and seriously, those who watch and follow my channel, I sincerely appreciate, because my work is so all over the place. I have a lot of difficulty elaborating on an idea or building kind of a world, portfolio, whatever you want to think of it as. I think that's why I couldn't actually ever finish a portfolio, even when I was doing 2D character design, because once I get one piece of art from an idea, I kind of get over it. I almost feel like I have to scratch another itch. And every time I explain this, I'm like, is this ADHD? Who knows? But like, for example, I sculpted Mr. Incredible, but I initially wanted to do a series sculpting the lineup of the whole family, and it was quickly abandoned after I got instant gratification from finishing one sculpture and posting a video. I even wanted to do a follow-up of my frog creature and sculpt a maquette. I got halfway through and then gave up. But I didn't really give up. I just got disinterested and wanted to move on. And that's such a huge frustration for me. I know that there has to be artists like that somewhere. I feel like this randomness and chasing the next thing I'm interested in is why my distinct style isn't building. And even worse, I feel like even though I've created all this work, I have nothing to present because of it. I mean, I doubt that I can take pictures of all the things, the random things I've done, and show it to a recruiter, right? Like putting everything I've done in a portfolio. I feel like specificity is definitely needed, especially when you're trying to find jobs or even just showcasing work to other people. It's like, what, I'm going to open my portfolio and be like, look, I sculpted a frog, but also made the stop motion puppet, and then I sculpted a video game orc. And I can't get myself to commit to an idea longer than like a week. And it's so frustrating. I just want to showcase my skills. I want to be able to tell stories. I want to build a cohesive portfolio that isn't going to confuse somebody when they see it, and they'll know where to put me in a job. I was talking to my husband about it. He makes music and he feels the same predicament. He has a lot of different inspirations and he makes a lot of different songs, but he gave great advice. He said, as long as you keep creating, you will have a catalog of all this work, and you'll make so many things that those things will have to fall into some types of groups, like, which is so true because I have, you know, a handful of monsters now or creatures, and I will have a handful of stop motions, a handful of props. He was so right in that. I don't have anything to worry about if I'm consistently practicing. Style will come later, cohesion will come later. What I need to focus on right now is quantity and consistency. So another insecurity I have is I feel like I don't have a very rich imagination. I really don't. Even with my inspirations all around, feeling like I don't have this rich imagination makes me insecure that my visual library are like so normie. Like that's the only way I can put it, is like the things I like are so normie. They're so like mundane. I love reality TV. I love rom-coms. They're my favorite type of movie. I dress like as an emulation of a Gilmore Girl. Like the most normal content is what I watch. But then I'm like, why am I being insecure about things that I like? It makes no sense. Like, no one's gonna deduct points for me because I like rom-coms or watch MILF Manor. But it weirdly psychs me out when I see other artists and what they're inspired by, like anime, video games. You know, I don't really have interest in those things. And then I wonder, like, then why did you sculpt an orc, Michaela? You don't even know what an orc is. I really don't know what an orc is. I think it's an ogre. I'm probably wrong. Let me Google it. Alright, what do we got here? It says, in Tolkien's works, orcs are a race of brutish, aggressive, humanoid monsters, often depicted as ugly and evil. Yeah, I think it's an orc. It passes as an orc. Sounds like an ogre to me. This video is so jumbled, even about what I'm talking about. But then this brings me to a thought that, do I need to even be obsessed with the subject matter that I make to be able to make good work? Does it matter at the end of the day? Because take this sculpture, for example, Casey Love. I don't have great interest in aliens. I don't really search movies for aliens. But when I look at this sculpture, it still inspires me to no end because of wrinkles, because of folds, because of how the eyes are placed, because of the proportion, because it looks sticky, and because like it's so visceral. I love like the skin. Okay, this is starting to sound so serial killer Dahmer. Even though the subject matter isn't to my liking, it itself as an art form is so inspiring still. I think it's so beautiful. That's why these are still my art heroes. So I don't even know why I have that insecurity of what I like and feeling so normie. I guess, why am I keeping score with my interests? Does it even matter if I create good work and can still appreciate this art form? I don't know. That's a question I give you guys. Leave it down in the comments. Like, is me hating video games but still sculpting video game characters because I think they look cool kind of phony? Like, I have no idea. And I hope I'm resonating with somebody out there. Please let me know. So I end up with this orc sculpture, which I'm really proud of. I really didn't like my last sculpture, and I was like, I'll get them next time. And it's so true. You get them next time. You don't get them all. Failure's part of it. The only thing is, it doesn't feel like me. I feel like it doesn't really fit anywhere. But again, it's going to be in my catalog of work that will get me somewhere someday. And I hope a lot of you out there feel that with your work as well. The work you make now, if you don't like it or not, is all a stepping stone that will get you somewhere eventually. And this was a great video. I want to make more of these. I feel like there's a small community here because we reached 1,000 subscribers, over 1,000 subscribers. It was unreal. I can't believe it. All of you watching out there, I deeply thank you. For those of you who are new to my channel, I hope you consider subscribing. I want to share more of my work. I want to share more of who I am and the stories I have to tell. This is one of the coolest things I've ever done, is just sharing who I am, what I'm learning with you guys. And I hope you share them, keep sharing who you are with me, and we can all improve together in this art journey. Because it's a long one, but it's a journey that is so worth it. It is the most rewarding thing ever to be able to take what's in your mind and literally make it with your hands. It's amazing. So again, thank you for watching. I always hope you enjoy and learn something from my videos. comment down below anything. I love speaking to you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for 1,000 subscribers. Hopefully we hit more.